All right, everyone. Welcome to Jasper's History Facts. Da-da-da. Today is August the 8th, and on this day in 2000, the Hunley, a submarine, was brought up near South Carolina from the ocean floor. Now, the Hunley is the first submarine to sink an enemy vessel in combat. It was a Confederate submarine. It sunk the Union's Housatonic, I believe is how it's pronounced. Housatonic, maybe. But the Hunley is a very interesting ship. It was transported by rail, mostly. And then they'd put it in the water. It didn't have a very big crew. It's not that big of a vessel, really, in the grand scheme of vessels. But it would sink ships, and this is going to sound kind of awful if any of you are scared of the ocean, so I do apologize about that, but it would sink ships by more or less getting a big old explosive device and putting it on the end of a stick and more or less going up and just poking it. It's the best way to describe it. It's basically like an explosive spear is what more or less what they were doing with it. Just a really weird idea. Obviously, nowadays we think of like torpedoes, but those didn't exist yet. So they just did this, where they'd run on up, more or less just jab it into the side of a ship and blow it up. It only really took down the Housatonic. Didn't really sink more than that. It went under the water 3 times in total. The last time was against the Housatonic. While it did sink the Housatonic, it also potentially sank itself. The Housatonic, obviously, like I said, was recovered from the water. We're not really sure what happened exactly, but all we know is it sank into the ocean not long after it sank the Housatonic. And there's some theories, but obviously we don't know for sure what sunk the Hunley. But those are weird. Interesting part of warfare. Obviously, it's the first submarine to sink a ship. There's a lot of firsts in the American Civil War, some of which are forgotten, but still interesting nonetheless. But now you know.